te interwebs today, good sir. Wait upon le liberals' epic style. Chatelet, my brothers, top cack.
Legalize comedy.
The wild time. For a long time, the anti-woke, SJW, culture war crusaders have thought that they're getting victory after victory after victory. And they chose one of their biggest targets, and that happens to be the game Assassin's Creed Shadows. And they targeted it specifically because there happens to be a black character in the game. Now, they don't want to be identified as hardcore racists, because obviously that just isn't as good a branding as saying that you actually are a historian. You care about history. And the fact that this game happens to be taking place in feudal Japan and featured a historical figure, Yatsuke, who was a black samurai, that in and of itself was enough to be like, oh, well, this isn't historically accurate. He was not actually a samurai. Only Japanese men could become samurais in that period of feudal Japan. It doesn't make sense. And then, you know, the rest of the world was like, what the fuck? It's Assassin's Creed. There are certainly crumbs of real history that are used in the games, but I mean, in one of the games, the final boss happens to be the Pope, who emits magical light rays and has electrical powers, and then you assassinate him. It's not, and you do that on the behalf of the fact that the Pope happens to be part of a larger conspiracy to have a secret alien race of people. You know what? I don't want a spoiler warning. You want to go play the game? Go play the game. But I'm just going to say, in terms of 100% factual, actual, historical accuracy, 'twas not great. But they got really mad about this. One of them, unfortunately, a guy who used to be, I didn't think was, you know, anti-woke edgelord, is Stuttering Craig, who pointed out and uploaded the full 2-hour credits to Assassin's Creed with the message, here it is, all 2 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadow credits. I just want to repeat that the credits are over. 2 hours. And, you know, I was sitting there being like, I don't even know what y'all are mad about anymore. What are we angry about here? Did people made the game? Have you never beaten a video game before? Have you never beaten a AAA video game before? I mean, the ending credits are always, yes, quite long. It's one of the reasons why a lot of AAA video games actually give you a trophy if you sit through the totality of the credits. I mean, I know a lot of people who just leave them running, go do other things, come back, and then they're like, oh, sweet, I got that trophy as a little thank you for doing that. Usually it's bronze tier, but still, you do get a trophy for it. If you're upset that lots of people worked on a game, you probably should get mad, I don't know, at the industry itself. Because, yeah, Ubisoft sucks. I mean, they are terrible to their employees. They make them engage in crunch. A lot of them are contract workers. They don't get really good benefits. They have to meet incredibly difficult deadlines. Sometimes they outsource different parts of games to different companies that, again, don't have to actually hire full-time employees. They can just get a bunch of contract workers, and then once the game is finished, that's the end of your job. And it really sucks that, like, you probably wanted to do this as a dream job, as I'm sure a lot of people did. At one point in my life, I wanted to work on video games because I love them so much, and realized that I can't code, so there was absolutely not really going to be any ability for me to program video games, but they're a collaborative effort of a lot of different people who make the games possible, and just getting upset at the fact that, can you believe it, the credits, 2 hours, that tells you all you need to know. Lots and lots of people worked on this game. Shock. So Grummz ends up saying, you can tell a lot about Ubisoft, how much money they are throwing at terrorist platform streamers directly targeting Hasanabi. Hasan responds with, playing Assassin's Creed Shadows once more, get it now for gaming, #ad, buy it here, and here's the link. And so, what are you doing, Assassin's Creed? Why are you collaborating with one of the top 10 most popular streamers on Twitch? Why would you ever do such a thing? Did you not watch the content nuke? He got nuked for his content. Come on. So saith Grummz. And then, of all people, Elon Musk jumped in. I did not expect that to happen yesterday, but it did. I was watching this all unfold in real time. Hasan is a fraud. A fraud? Oh my. Sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he is promoting a terrible game just for the money. Now, here's the thing with the anti-woke culture warriors. They bet big on Assassin's Creed. They wanted everyone to be furious big mad. They tried everything, right? Outside of being like, this isn't historically accurate. Yatsuke wasn't a real samurai. Come on. I know a lot about the history of feudal Japan out of nowhere, but I certainly feel like an expert on this. So I want to talk about how Japanese people are furious about this. Most gamers in Japan are very upset about this. Okay, you know what? That's not working. Why don't we go with, okay, so if you want to in the video game as the character, you can go to sacred shrines and you can destroy them. That's really insulting. This is racist. This game is racist. It's a racist video game because you play as a black person killing Japanese people. Do you think that's okay? You are the real racists. It's not us. We're confused. They didn't win this one. The game got released. It had 1 million people playing it, or at least having bought the game in the first day. And then by the end of the first week, they had reached 2 million, which makes the game a smashing success. And then because of the amount of concurrent players that they have, it's actually one, if not, I believe by the numbers now, most successful Assassin's Creed game in history. Which again, I would celebrate if Ubisoft wasn't a super shitty company. The only victory there is the fact that it's really funny that this was supposed to be like, this was the battle. This wasn't just like, sorry, the battle. It was the war, and they lost. And now Assassin's Creed responds to Elon Musk with, is that the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? And this is wild. This is the actual Assassin's Creed account getting an obscenely incredible ratio on the world's richest man who bought the platform, who owns this, who has gamed the system. He's the head mod. And so now, you know, Elon Musk has to sit here, being the person who has, what, 219, I think, million followers? 219.7 million followers. You could not have the entire system more geared towards you being the epic meme master. But still, you got ratioed into the fucking stratosphere here. And it's true, because if you didn't know, Elon Musk cheats at video games. Of all the accomplishments that Elon Musk has in his life, he liked to say that video games were the one that he himself did, that he's a real gamer, #TM, you know, kind of thing. He is one of the world's top Diablo 4 players. He even got his ex-wife, Grummz, to try and back him up on that one, who had to make the most embarrassing fucking post, who was just like, I just want to say that, like, I witnessed my husband, you know, become victorious in the caves of Noromir, or whatever. Sorry, I didn't play that campaign, so I didn't know what she was actually talking about, but so she was trying to back him up that he's actually a serious player. And the thing is with Path of Exile 2, again, a game I don't play, so I'm not going to posture. I'm not going to have stolen gamer valor here. I am not a Path of Exile 2 player, and I'm not one of the world's top tier Path of Exile 2 players. Because I don't have the time to be a Path of Exile 2 player and to be one of the best ones. Again, it's something that you have to grind at. You have to spend all your time, and you really have to dedicate your entire life to that. And once you put in like 80 plus hours, then you'll start to see yourself maybe start to get into the top, you know, 50,000 ranks, the 50,000 percentile. And then, you know, if you continue to grind and you hit that 200 plus hour mark and you are literally pooping in a sock, you've dedicated every aspect of your life, you can't even leave your room, you are a hardcore Path of Exile 2 player. Maybe only then you can get into the top 1,000. You know, that again, that's really, really hard to do. But Elon, he wanted to be loved too close to the sun. And so he pretended that he was not only one of the top 50 best players in the world, but like one of the top 10. And you know, he was going along with this for a while because he had the ranking, and everyone was like, okay, well, that guy must just fucking, I don't know where he finds the time between, you know, trying to run these companies, completely destroy the United States, but he also can do ketamine and play video games. Apparently, he just doesn't sleep. That's got to be it. Only way this makes this possible. And then the actual gamers exposed him, being like, if we watch his live streams where he talks about it, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He plays like an amateur. The gear he has, he doesn't recognize how god tier it is, and he like makes fun of his own gear, but he doesn't realize like the things that he has are considered to be like, you know, the holy grail of items. And the fact that he doesn't know that or respect it really is telling. And then it eventually came out that yes, he in fact does cheat. He pays someone else to play for him. We know that because he was actually at the Trump inauguration while his character was playing the game. So, you know, he wasn't sitting there with some kind of like remote service playing the game in the middle of the inauguration. He was sitting there tripping balls on ketamine, just doing this whole thing while at the same time, you know, his character was ranking up, all that kind of shit. So he got exposed as a fake gamer. And that's what Assassin's Creed is ratioing him and referencing right here. And then Grummz tries to salvage the whole thing, you know, for daddy. He just fucking bends over and just falls over himself in this moment. Post this. Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the hit Ubisoft desperately needs, analysis says. Assassin's Creed Shadows is selling well, but it's reportedly tracking behind AC Valhalla and fell short of the 2025 hit like Split Fiction. And the desperation, my word. Okay, fine, it's a little successful, but not as successful as you hope. So checkmate. The wokes lose. The woke has been destroyed. And then Assassin's Creed responds, once again, ratioing the fuck out of him with, our game is out. Because, yeah, not only is the game out, if you wanted to, you could take 2 seconds, go online, and realize it is, again, one of the best-selling Assassin's Creed games in all of history. So, sad. Profoundly sad. Elon takes it one step further, and then he directly targets Hasanabi. Called him the R-slur. So I'm going to be putting the R-slur on the screen. I guess I'll content warning for anyone who doesn't want to see that, but I just want to play the ContraPoints meme one more time because I think she clocked him so well. So Elon Musk says to Grummz, Hasan is such a chicken shit R-slur that he blocked me. Ha! Laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
Well, memed, my lord.
I am becoming...
You win te interwebs today, good sir. Wait upon le liberals epic style. Chatelet, my brothers, top cack.
Legalize comedy.
Well, memed, my lord.
I am becoming...
You win te interwebs today, good sir.
I'm just gonna leave this running for the rest of the stream.
Wait upon le liberals epic style. Chatelet, my brothers,
This gets
top
better every
cack.
time.
Legalize comedy.
One more time.
Well,
come on.
memed, my...
No, don't worry. I won't do that to you. So anyways, apparently, Hasan has responded with the second video essay ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm under attack by the real president of the United States of America, by the wealthiest person on the planet, Elon Musk. All of this started when baby formula breast milk stealer of Blizzard, allegedly, Grummz, a 60-year-old man, decided to post this. You can tell...
Wait. You're all probably wondering, what's that all about? What's he talking about? Baby milk stealer. Well, there was a headline that apparently there was an employee at Blizzard who was stealing women's breast milk. Women who were pumping and had breast milk that they were putting inside of the fridges at the company. Apparently some of it was going missing, and they were not entirely sure who did it. Now, there's no evidence directly proving that it was Grummz himself. It does seem to fit within his profile of the weird shit that Grummz does. He is a strange man. Again, I don't know why you would be some kind of, I forget how old he is, like 70 or something. 70-year-old consistently talking about, the amount of titty skin that is available in an alternative costume for Stellar Blade. A very strange guy. He actually, after he was working at Blizzard, he started his own company, and then he had a game that was, relatively successful. He eventually got ousted from his own company because he was wasting so much of the company's money on ridiculous shit, like a sperm bus. If you didn't know, he built these enormous sperm buses so people could be able to play the video game inside of the buses, but they were just like, they were hideous, ugly, super expensive. And so he eventually gets kicked out of his own company, and then he blamed that on China. He was saying that this was because he was speaking ill of China, and that's one of the reasons why he was kicked out. It had nothing to do with his, again, wasteful spending. So after that, Grummz goes along, and then he does a GoFundMe to start raising money for a new game that he was going to make called Ember, spelled like Ember 8 or whatever. I think that was 8 or 9 years ago that he did that. He raised over $500,000. So he took $500,000 from his own fans and all that kind of stuff. This is all pre-Culture Warrior shit, and has yet to make the game. Now, he's been called out repeatedly for that. Now, people being like, 8 years of development? Come on. Like, what are we doing here? Are you making Avatar 4? Like, why do you need so much time? And so under immense pressure from people exposing Grummz for who he is, he eventually had to, release some video footage and some screenshots and be like, oh, no, it's still coming. I didn't steal your money. That definitely did not rip you all off, and I'm not making anything, and I just used that to pay for my own breast milk, fetish or anything like that. But that's really just not demonstrating anything. I mean, he's just showing you some screenshots, some alternative things that you could have if there was a game, but there is no game. So if you want to talk about a scammer who doesn't care about gamers, who actually makes shitty ass video games, that's Grummz. All of this is projection. I just want to say from the get-go, this man who is now one of the, clearly someone that Elon Musk respects enough to not only follow but reply to, and clearly someone that a lot of the anti-woke culture warriors consider a hero. Grummz. Oh, I should also add pedophile. But yeah, pedophile as well. He is a lolly-obsessed weirdo who has been caught both liking and posting lolly art. So yeah, there's that to add to the entire Grummz horror story.
A lot about Ubisoft at Ubisoft with how much money they are throwing at terrorist platforming streamers. Elon Musk, being the absolute loser that he is, that spends way too much time on his own platform that he purchased for incredibly narcissistic reasons, turned around and replied to it saying, Hasan is a fraud. Then he doubled down, double tweeted, and said sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible game just for the money. To which I screenshotted and quote retweeted, this literally paid someone to power level his character in Path of Exile 2, Lamau. What do you mean I'm a fraud? Elon, I challenge you to a duel in Elden Ring. I will cook your fat rolling ass. The reason why I said that is because Elon is not a real gamer, but a fake one. And also because From Software games are the only games that I'm above average competent.
Really? I didn't know that. I'm not, so I'm not going to posture. I did have to learn this from Mike of the Humanist Report, though. Fat rolling, if you didn't know, it's not a reference to, making fun of people who are overweight or anything like that. It's a term used for games when you have to apply your own, build, aka armor. What kind of shields do you have? What kind of swords do you have? What kind of, gear does your character wear? And the heavier the gear, the slower your character is going to be able to do things. And that's how it's going to be proportionate. So if you have, and you wear very heavy gear, then if you are trying to avoid an attack from another enemy, you are going to roll slower. That's what fat rolling is a reference to.
In, even though I am not the best gamer.
And that's the calculation you got to make as a gamer, right? Is that I want to have this really powerful sword. I want to have really good defense by wearing really powerful armor. I also probably need a shield, but I'm not going to be as fast. So what are we doing here? And if you're a really bad gamer who's not really good at timing and not really good at avoiding attacks, you'd probably want to have a lot of armor, because that way you can get hit a lot, but you won't die as fast. That's kind of where that comes from.
Elden Ring is one of the games that I am decently good at. Elon Musk has also reportedly power leveled his Path of Exile 2 character to a degree where he was one of the top players, allegedly, in the entire planet. All of this was, of course, revealed by Crip and Quen and the work that they put in. Elon Musk basically exposed how fraudulent he was in that process. But it seems that Elon had not had enough, because he went back and he's still apparently crying about me. That's right. He turned around and called me a chicken R word. Again, 60-year-old man, by the way, just so you understand. Nobody pays Elon to play Path of Exile 2. How much money do they pay you for Assassin's Creed Shadows, says Grummz. These are the real shills. And
this is so sad, though. Again, trying to be it's not sad what he does. A 60-year-old man, the world's richest human, trying to pretend that he's really good at a video game that he himself does not play, just because he wants the stolen gamer valor. This is something, and I'm surprised that the gamer community wasn't more ruthless towards him. Obviously some corners of it were just oh my god, he's a false prophet. But cowards like Asmongold weren't willing to go the extra distance and really strike at the heart of Elon Musk being a liar about this, because people who play these games and get really good at them and are competitive at them and then rank and are some of the world's top players, that's their lives. You have to spend, again, hundreds of fucking hours on some of these games to be really good at them, be competitive, let alone to have incredible builds, and let alone to be one of the top ranked players. But he was just running around being I'm one of the best players, so good, and then everyone's oh, okay, well, he must be. I mean, how else would he have, that ranking? And it's nuts that he has the time to do that in amongst all the other stuff that he's doing. But I guess this is one accomplishment you can't take away from Elon, because everything else, in the same way Steve Jobs really took credit for what Steve Wozniak was actually developing and inventing, and Elon Musk at Tesla is not literally inventing the technology that makes the Teslas possible or the innovations that they accomplish. He's effectively the only thing I can think you can really take credit for is he invented the fart mechanic in the Tesla cars. You can make people's seats have a fart sound pop out of them. That sounds like an Elon Musk invention. That sounds like he was there and thought it would be epic tech, and then he's oh, here's what I want. But he doesn't actually do anything, right? He just basically gets people to throw money at him. But video games you can't take away, because that's his accomplishment. He put in the hours. He played. Come on. Unless you were so sad and you cared more about, again, felching that man to death. Felching Elon Musk to death is essentially what Grummz is attempting here. And then doing that, nobody pays Elon to play. No, he's just lying to all of you on his own dollar. Cool. A weird defense, but okay. I probably. It would be weird if someone was paying him to lie about playing a video game and being good at it. And then how much did they pay you for Assassin's Creed Shadows? I'm guessing probably a decent amount. A pretty big streamer with a big sponsorship.
Grifters. To which Elon Musk replied, Hasan is such a chicken R-word that he blocked me. And then he double tweeted again and said, and showed that I was, blocking him, which I did. Of course I blocked him. For people wondering why Elon is so focused on Hasan, oh, that's funny. Oh no, everyone is posting replies. Everyone is Grimes posting in the replies.
Attack is too high. The noise gets too high currently.
Why are you so buff? Is it necessary?
What? I don't know. I like working out.
Now, what I find to be
Wait. Is this the emasculation ritual? Are we witnessing it in real time? Oh no. Oh no.
particularly strange about this saga is that no one is addressing the fact that I said I would have him on the stream. I would 1v1 him in Elden Ring and expose him for the fraudulent gamer that he actually is. Now, I'm rusty on Elden Ring. I haven't played in a while. I don't know what the new metas are, and I still think I could cook his ass. That's number one. Number two, if we are not going to test our mettle in Elden Ring, we could also do it as interlocutors in the marketplace of ideas. I responded to him, a 60-year-old man who's the wealthiest person on the planet and yet still a ginormous narcissistic crybaby, with this. I said, yeah, I blocked you at Elon Musk because you bought this website and you forced everyone to see your dumb tweets 7,000 times a day. Why do you think I'm afraid of you? Come on the stream if you're such a big man. Elon Musk, noticeably, has refused to respond to me at all. Perhaps it's because I've blocked him. So, in the interest of fairness, I will unblock him so he can reply to me directly if he chooses to do so. Elon Musk, of course, is a coward and narcissistic and...
Oh, yeah, if you didn't know this, so there's a lot of points that we could talk about here. Mark Zuckerberg challenged Elon Musk to a fight because Elon Musk wouldn't stop talking shit. And I hate both of them. I would like to see a double KO there, to be totally honest. That would be the best case scenario. But that was one of the first times I think everybody was starting to root for Mark Zuckerberg, right? Being like, oh, okay, this could actually be funny. Mark Zuckerberg actually apparently does training and does amateur MMA fights and actually knows how to fight. And of all the things you can say about the man, that's certainly not going to be one in which, Elon Musk is going to be able to beat him in an actual fight. So this will be great. And Mark was all on board and then, saying we can do it for charity. You named the time. You named the place. And then Elon tried to meme his way out of that one in just the strangest, most pathetic way, where he was just like, I showed up at his house and challenged him on the spot, but he did not show up, and all this stuff. And it's like, that never happened. What the fuck? So he just backed out entirely. And Mark was like, this is not a game to me. I actually take, amateur and professional fighting seriously. It's one of my hobbies, one of my passions. And so if he doesn't want to do that, that's fine. But if he wants to make a joke of the whole thing, well, I just don't want to participate. And that's all I'm going to say. Fast forward a couple of years later, he starts talking shit about Jon Stewart. Elon Musk saying that Jon Stewart is a propagandist, all this kind of stuff, that he would never have the courage to actually face someone like me. And Jon Stewart sees that and is immediately like, oh, no, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, no, we'll have you on the show. You are invited on the show. And then, of course, Elon Musk fans are like, hey, turns out he actually is okay with that. He replied, the opportunity is here. And then, of course, he did this cowardly I'll only do it if it is unedited, which I know he won't do, something like that. And then Jon Stewart was like, no, I agree to your terms. I will do an unedited video interview with you of any length. It does not matter. Whether or not we can show it on, Comedy Central is another thing, but you name the time, the place, the length. I will record it and I will release it to the world in its entirety, unedited. And you get everything, all your terms are met, sir. There you have it. And then John on his own show was like, and the reason why I feel confident being able to say that it'll be an unedited interview is that we only do unedited interviews. When you see someone come on the show and they do an interview, I'll grant you it's timed because we obviously have to fit it within the format of television. So I'll tell them that we only have 20 minutes to talk or we have 10 minutes to talk or whatever that is. But I don't edit what they say and cut it up. So from the moment they sit down to the moment they leave, that's the conversation that we had in front of a live studio audience. So there you go. Surprise, surprise, Elon stopped replying. He just went totally silent. So, he's just one of those trolls. effectively. He just operates like a troll, exactly like the very trolls that he apparently worships and loves. The same people who, you know, would drop into like a group chat or a Discord group or a reply or something like that. They would just pop in there and they would just do horrifying, weird goblin shit, and then they get banned. And then right after that, immediately it would be like, keck, look how triggered all these people were by me dropping the red pills. And then they just disappear. That's Elon, but he's also the world's richest man and now the president of the United States.
Thin-skinned. I will most likely subsequently block him once again because, as I said on this tweet, I hate seeing all the posts that he boosts on purpose. It is so annoying. If he actually had something interesting to say, if he actually had something worthwhile to say, perhaps I would not have issues with his tweets, but he tweets so much instead of running any of his many companies. That's all he does, as a matter of fact. And as you guys know, I've talked about how Elon Musk is someone that I truly love because his ineptitude in broad daylight is single-handedly destroying the myth of meritocracy. Because if someone as stupid and as thin-skinned as Elon Musk can be the wealthiest person on the planet while demonstrating that he doesn't do anything real, then I truly hope that one day many Americans will start recognizing that perhaps these billionaires didn't actually work super hard or super smart for their wealth. That's
true.
it. Jabri also had a funny tweet on this. The richest man on earth having a meltdown over a Twitch streamer just proves that no amount of money can make you any less of a loser. There it is. This is the Elon Musk saga. My challenge is still simple. Elon Musk, come on the stream. Show everybody how not afraid you are. Except, Elon Musk, you have backed away from challenges time and time again. When Jon Stewart said he wanted to have you on the broadcast, you said you'd be down to do it with as long as it was in real time. Then you turned around and ran away from that, and you claimed that he was compromised. Elon Musk also backed away from fighting after entertaining the notion of fighting Mark Zuckerberg. Imagine being afraid of Mark Zuckerberg. Will Elon Musk run away from a challenge once again? Perhaps he will. Anytime, any place, Elon Musk. I'll come to you if necessary. The ball's in your court. I will say that every moment that he spends crying on Twitter about how a Twitch streamer blocked him is perhaps a moment that he is not spending on eviscerating the administrative state and potentially cutting Social Security. So I'm doing my part, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. What have you done today? It does. One last note that I will mention is that I have talked time and time again about how Elon Musk has known who I am and has not been a big fan of me for quite a while. I've talked about this quite a bit, and people used to tell me, Hasan, you are so full of yourself. He has no idea. I knew, because of sources that I cannot reveal, that Elon Musk has actively had a grudge since I had his baby mama, friend of the show, Grummz, on the broadcast, where she said this. This could perhaps be one of the reasons as to why Elon Musk has been so angry and so resentful about my existence for quite some time.
Because the attack is too high. The noise gets too high currently.
Why are you so buff? Is it necessary?
What? I don't know. I like working out.
Yeah. You miss long hair Hasan. Long hair Hasan wasn't that good. I wasn't a fan of long hair Hasan. Anyway, let's see if he tweets a little bit more after this, but I think this will most likely shut him up again. There's a certain amusement in Elon screenshotting your profile, complete with the PFP of your armpit. Yeah. It is also kind of funny that award-winning journalists are sending me the Elon Musk tweet. I won't name who, but apparently Grok thinks you would win in a 1v1 versus Elon and Eldering. Ask it 1v1 in Eldering who would win, Elon Musk or Hasan Piker. I don't know how to use Grok, and I don't want to use Grok. What are the odds he actually comes on? Less than 0. Are you kidding me? He has never in a million years entertained contentious conversation. Are you kidding me? He lost his shit at Don Lemon, dude. A lot of my naysayers would much rather stick to their own platforms and cry over and over again rather than talk to me directly. It's actually rare that he mentioned you. Yeah, yes and no. He has in the past, but only tangentially. This is one of the first instances where he's like directly mentioned me.
So you said if they kill the company, it's them. But doesn't the buck stop with you? I mean, you're on it. I have to say,
Choose your question carefully. There's 5 minutes left.
Odds on if he's watching the stream right now, there's a lot.
Oh my god, I just did it because I was like, I'm actually kind of curious, and you would be shocked to learn this. His own robot, like an invention that Elon Musk has created to love him because no one else will. Like, you have to imagine that this is a person who built a robot just to basically love him. Says that apparently Hasan would win. According to Grok 3 Beta, who would win in an Elden Ring battle between Elon Musk and Hasan Piker? Imagining a hypothetical Elden Ring battle between Elon Musk and Hasan Piker is a fun thought experiment. Let's break it down based on what we can infer about their personalities, skills, and how they might approach the game. Since neither has a public Elden Ring track record, we can analyze. Elon Musk, known for his strategic thinking and problem solving, might approach Elden Ring like an engineer tackling a complex system. He'd likely spend time optimizing his build, maybe a high intelligence mage or dexterity focused bleed build, using the game's mechanics to outsmart opponents. His persistence, seen in Blah, suggests his grind levels, master parrying, and exploit enemy weaknesses. However, his busy schedule might limit his playtime, potentially leaving him less practice in raw combat reflexes. Hasan Piker, a political commentator and Twitch streamer, his actual gaming experience is on his side. He's streamed games like Dark Souls before, so he's familiar from software's punishing style. Hasan might favor a strength-based, in-your-face playstyle. Think great swords or colossal weapons, relying on aggression and quick adaptation. His streaming hours suggest he'd have sharper reflexes and more muscle memory for dodging and timing, though his hot-headed persona might lead to reckless mistakes against a patient foe. In a head-to-head duel, say level 150, no summons, Stormvale Castle Arena, it'll come down to execution. Elon's calculated approach could give him an edge if he baits Hasan into overcommitting, landing precise counters or spell combos. But Hasan's streaming honed instincts might let him dominate with relentless pressure, especially if he's mastered roll catching or stance breaking. I'd lean toward Hasan winning 6 out of 10 times due to his gaming experience outweighing Elon's theoretical strategizing. Elden Ring rewards muscle memory over pure intellect. Still, if Elon pulls off some galaxy brain tech, like a perfectly timed sleep pod into one shot, he could steal a few rounds. What do you think? Any specific builds or tactics you'd like to see them using? Ouch. That's just so sad. You built this entire thing to love you. And even it thinks you're a loser. Everyone thinks you're a loser. Everyone.
Likelihood.
Okay, but so
Is this the question you want to ask?
The same question is you said that they are killing the company, but you're the head of the company. The buck doesn't stop with you.
I acquired X in order to preserve freedom of speech in America, the First Amendment. And I'm going to stick to that. And if that means making less money, so be it.
This was so funny too, because after he did this interview with Don Lemon, and it didn't go the way he wanted, because Don Lemon actually asked him questions. Elon then stopped his show. And was like, yeah, no, he's going to have a show on X. It's going to be we're very proud of us working with Don Lemon. And then immediately it was like, yeah, no, we can't work with him. He's apparently, he's a bad guy.
So I have to be, listen, I'm just being honest, right? I'm not trying to, like, get you or anything.
Yeah, he was too
just
woke.
surprised that you would blame other people for killing the company. I mean, when you say the buck stops with the president of the United States, regardless of what happens, right? So, why would that question upset you? You seem upset by it, are you?
I think you.
And I'm not trying to upset you.
Well, you are upsetting me because the way you're phrasing the questions, I think, is not cogent.
It's not what?
Not cogent.
Cogent.
Yes.
Listen, honestly, I'm not meaning to offend you. You're an intense person. Where does that intensity come from?
I was born that way.
This, by the way, again, if you ever want a clear example of both why meritocracy is a myth and why capitalism is a sham, look no further than the world's most successful capitalist. Do you feel this man deserves to be the richest, most powerful human on earth? When you hear him speak, when you see the things that he does, when you see his insecurities and inability to actually accept any kind of pushback, criticism, or even him stealing and taking credit for things he has not done, like being good at video games. Like, how fucking profoundly sad is it that the biggest loser on earth is also the most successful? So clearly the system's broken, if you ever want an example of that.
And I had a tough childhood.
You did?
So, yeah.
How so?
So tough.
Right, Walter Isaacson goes into it in the book, and we only have a couple minutes left, so
All right.
too long to describe. So there are one or two questions I can do, and then we'll have to call it.
Okay. Again, I don't mean to upset you. Why are you just...
No, I have a whole room full of people waiting to meet with me.
Okay.
So we're just going over time.
Okay. All right. I understand that. So
And again, this was the softest interview. Like these were not gotcha questions. It was just, are you not even able to respond to a very basic kind of like, hey, by the way, you sounded upset when you wrote this note. Were you? Is this actually what was in your heart? Is this what you meant? It's not cogent.
Very difficult. I had a difficult childhood. My father was spectacularly wealthy. We basically had slaves. It was very difficult. Oh my God, did the Assassin's Creed social media account came into the rescue? That's crazy. Elon Musk calling me a sellout. Assassin's Creed, is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2?
You didn't even ask him about his mangled dick. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering when that story is ever going to break. You know, it's tough because one of the biggest leakers of the fact that Elon Musk apparently has a botched penis from trying to have a penis enlargement surgery is Azalea Banks, and she's just not a reliable narrator on anything. So, I mean, but Azalea Banks claims that she was told directly by Grimes that Elon Musk has a botched penis from trying to have the penis enhancement surgery. Again, until we have other confirmation, I cannot go distinctly on Azalea Banks on that story. But it's one of those ones that I'm going to choose to believe until it's corrected kind of thing.
Account told you? Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. W social media intern.
Hey, what up, Vanguard? Insane how bad the Assassin's Creed account ratioed Musk too. Ratioed Musk and ratioed fucking Grummz into the ether. Yeah. Is there anything out? Who's crashing out hard? Doge or Tesla?
Are y'all ready for your headliner?
Vehicle. That, you know.
Oh, everyone, go follow the Vanguard if you haven't already. Good channel. Also, check out Josh Johnson, one of my favorite stand-up comedians working right now.
Rewind just a couple of years was not a political statement at all. It was a car you could buy or not buy. It was just a car on the market that had some stock, and the stock would go up and go down and go up and go down. And then, you know, Elon Musk decides to get involved with politics and gives anywhere from like $250 to I think maybe $270 million to Trump's campaign, and then Trump wins, and Elon becomes the president. And so Elon becomes the president, and people don't really know how to feel because this particular thing hasn't happened before. There's always been like millionaires and billionaires donating to campaigns and stuff like that, but this is the most like infused a person has been in like what's going to happen, and it's very clear in what is self-serving when it comes to like Elon's actions and everything. And so then, you know, inauguration day comes, and there's all the fanfare of like this new administration is starting, and there are some people who own Teslas already, like they bought theirs in 2022. And they would tell people, hey, I bought mine in 2022. Like, I don't... Just so you know, I got mine in 2022. I didn't know, and I wasn't a part of it, and I was trying to get an electric vehicle to help the environment. I didn't know it would be.
So in Canada, I was listening to the radio, and on CBC Radio, there was an entire special for Tesla owners to call in who are not Nazis. Like, are you a Tesla owner? Did you buy, regrettably, a Tesla before, you know, everything that's happened? Would you like to tell your story? Call in. And it's just like, it was so ridiculous listening to so many, like, I would say otherwise well-to-do fucking, you know, performatively woke progressives all complaining about their fucking Teslas. And not the cars themselves. None of them really had too many shitty things to say about their cars. They were all quite happy with the vehicles, but just like, I had no idea this was going to happen. And you know, it kind of sucks now because like you can't sell them. I had a friend who tried to sell his and people just aren't buying them. They're down like 26% on the used car market. No one wants one because just you drive around and kids point and laugh. It's just like, there's so many times now when I got to double check and wonder if I've done something wrong because I hear people laughing or honking at me. Or I'll look over at the side of the road and there will be children pointing and laughing at me. And he's like, I don't even drive like a Cybertruck. I've got like the base model. Yeah, I bought this because I wanted an EV. I didn't want any of this.
Just so you know about me. And then Elon's giving a speech, and then he says, my heart goes out to you. And then he does like a full-on Nazi salute, right? And it does it again, for clarity. And there is a part of me that genuinely, when someone buys something, especially something expensive, and then something happens with that company, a part of me does feel for them, because there are people who bought their Tesla in 2022. They might have been sitting in their Tesla when they saw Elon do a Nazi salute. Like, and now you sit here, you gotta lease this car.
The housing market is not broken. It's working as designed. It's designed to benefit the super rich and investors and make the rest of us pay the price. It's designed to jack up our rents and make homelessness skyrocket. Vancouver doesn't have to be this way. We can make housing affordable by closing loopholes landlords use to jack up rents, building affordable public housing, and stopping dem evictions. I'm Sean Orr, and I'm running to be your next city councillor with COPE. On April 5th, let's fight for Vancouver.
Don't let this happen to you. Go to serfscoffee.com to order the only end-to-end owned indigenous coffee company that delivers blood-free, conflict-free, and cruelty-free beans right to your door. 0% of people who drink serfscoffee.com have exploded spontaneously. By ordering right now, you get 10% off plus free shipping, and it's the best way to enjoy delicious coffee while not exploding. That's serfscoffee.com, serfscoffee.com.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This video wouldn't be at all possible without the financial support of all the people whose names you see on the screen right now. And if you want to unlock secret bonus episodes, content that we can't post anywhere else, or get the videos early before anyone else gets to see them, please go on to patreon.com/theserfs. For as little as $1, you can help support this channel and help make more videos like this possible. Our executive producers are Anna Loves Riley, Adrian McCarthy, Bobby Lasers, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Garrett Sandoval, Hagbard Saline, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Political Papi, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Boehm, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demel, Tigwig, Trav, and Words Greenwood. And also, it wouldn't be possible without all the names you see on the screen right now. Again, if you want to help produce this content, it's only made possible through the funding of our patrons. Head on down to patreon.com/theserfs. That's patreon.com/theserfs.